Hey there, this is Jake Murphy of creativity.com. I'm going to make this video talking about NFTs, which is a sort of type of cryptocurrency. This is not an expert review of cryptocurrencies. I'm definitely an amateur, but what I want to talk about is possible copyright infringement, especially when it pertains to authors or book publishing, and also a little bit about art and design in general. So, real quick, what NFT actually is, it's a non-fungible token. It's sort of like you can buy art online with a blockchain, which leaves a record. So it's sort of like a new technology of buying and selling goods. And these are brand new marketplaces, and people are rushing to fill the marketplaces with artwork. So stuff that previously was just sitting there on DeviantArt, some designers have been able to create artwork. And because of this sort of gold rush mentality, because this is a new exciting fad and a lot of crypto investors are looking for things, some of these NFTs have been selling for crazy amounts of money, which is why a lot of people are thinking about investing in NFTs, or they're thinking about setting up an account and selling NFTs. So, like a lot of online artwork emporiums, there are ones that are curated, which means they look at the artist and the backing. A lot of these are also done with like a certain amount of crypto savvy. Like if you launch an NFT project with the right landing page that hits all the right details, it shows that you know what you're talking about. That's going to make it a lot more attractive. It's not just about the artwork. I think recently there was a picture of a potato that sold for tons of money. This could also be almost sort of a way to get free PR if somebody has billions of dollars and they buy a crypto artwork for a lot of money and all of the big news media picks up. It's just kind of like free advertising, regardless of what the project is. And not surprisingly, even inside the crypto world, a lot of people are discounting NFTs by saying it's just money laundering, which it could be used for. I don't think that's actually what's happening. A lot of these people buying things are really not necessarily interested in the project, but they think this potentially could be an investment. It could earn money. But previously, like if you just sent a bunch of crypto to somebody, there would be a record of the transaction, but it wouldn't show what you were getting if you were selling drugs or whatever. Whereas here, you are spending a lot of money, you're getting the token artwork, the ownership of that artwork. So no one's really going to dig into it. I've also heard the argument on Reddit and stuff that, discounting what's happening with NFTs right now, automatically going to it's money laundering, it's piracy, whatever. That's sort of what people used to say about Bitcoin and crypto back in the day, that it would just be used to fund criminals. Actually, I think this is just people who are very eager with a brand new technology. Nobody really knows what's going on, but it's definitely very hot right now. So I was saying how there are different marketplaces. Some of them are curated or not curated. OpenSea is one of the not curated ones, which means there's still some stuff selling for a lot of money, but there's also tons and tons of sort of crap because people can just make whatever they want, which is interesting because there's some stuff that I think is kind of good artwork, but I wouldn't necessarily pay for. And then there's the stuff that's popular that's being, it's got a high resold value. And because this probably is a bubble, the resale value is going to be very big, but very short. So to use OpenSea, you have to connect a wallet. I've got mine linked up. This is just a Coinbase wallet. I use mostly Coinbase for crypto stuff. So I have the Coinbase wallet. There are other versions of wallet that you can choose, but you have to set up a wallet and then you have to add some funds. Somehow, I think OpenSea actually has a pretty good system already. Once you have a wallet, you can click add funds. And then they have their own little thing where you can buy with a card, which makes it not that difficult. And these are just a few of the things that I've noticed that I sort of like. Not that I'm really planning on buying NFTs, but if I was, these are some that I thought were kind of cool or kind of cute. And obviously, I'm looking at the cheaper end because I don't want to spend tons of money, which isn't really the right thing to do if you're buying NFTs. You probably want to like spend on a good one that you think is going to appreciate. Some of these are by sort of well-known designers who are up and coming. Some of them are not. All of them are relatively cheap. So, 0.01, if I click on this one, it shows me it's actually now 0.05. It works as kind of an auction system similar to eBay. So this is $160 for this JPEG of a cat, which I'm not going to buy. But if I was going to buy, the interesting thing is I don't have enough in my account to even think about buying this. But this isn't the actual price you're going to pay, because once you click to check out and confirm it with your wallet, it's also going to show you the gas fees. So the gas fees are, depending on the traffic to the system, it's going to cost more. And the last time I checked, it was going to cost like $40. I was going to buy like a $20 NFT, but it would have cost something like $40 in gas fees. So it would have been $60 altogether, which is more than I'm prepared to pay, because I don't really plan to, resell any of these. But anyway, the reason mostly I'm making this video is because I started to notice some pretty cool Harry Potter themed NFTs. I'm a sucker for Harry Potter. I did my master's on Harry Potter, so I'm tempted to buy some of these. And I actually posted on Twitter yesterday asking, like, this can't obviously be legal, depending on, who's got the IP and where it comes from. Authors are particularly precious with their copyright. So to have stuff like this, somebody's just making this stuff and selling it as an OpenSea NFT, that's a little bit dodgy to me personally. And it's not quite the same. Like, there's stuff on Etsy. There's a lot of fan art. Like, there's too much to police. But even the stuff on Etsy, like, they're not making tons of money, and there's not a lot of resale value. Like, someone might crochet a Harry Potter doll, but they're doing the work and they're not making tons of money. It's not becoming a collector's item. Whereas some of these NFTs are selling for like millions of dollars. So I would be surprised if J.K. Rowling is okay with somebody making millions of dollars in profit off of her stuff. Here's one that I really thought was pretty cool. I would definitely buy this one. If it wasn't $10,000, I would pay a lot less for it. And then I think these wiggle butts are kind of cute. But here's another one that I kind of liked. It's got I don't know if you could definitively say this is Gryffindor, but it probably is Gryffindor. It's even got the Harry Potter glasses. So, as a Harry Potter fan who's interested in crypto, this was made for me. But I'm more concerned with the copyright piracy stuff, because I know a lot of authors are really concerned with that stuff. And the other really interesting part of all of this is copyright infringement is a huge deal in book cover design, where authors have been called out if they have a designer or an illustrator who, copied a little bit too much, or if there's a pre-made that took elements from a more famous traditionally published book. Designers can get called out for that stuff, and their career is ruined. And a lot of designers are very, very careful about stuff like copyright and getting the right licenses to the royalty-free images or all of the assets. Even stuff like, if you buy a stock photo, you cannot sell the PSD, the Photoshop file, to authors, because you'd have to flatten the artwork. You can't resell the JPEG that you bought as a stock photo. And so if you buy a stock photo and you do a cover design, but then you give away the PSD files to the author, you're kind of giving those photos away, which you're not really allowed to do. So a lot of designers won't give away PSD files. They'll flatten the artwork and then give them that way. But illustrators and authors, and I think creative people in general, they are very careful with their copyright, because it's very easy for somebody else to plagiarize it or to piracy it or something else. I don't think it's the biggest deal for most authors. I don't think you should be worried about piracy or plagiarism. Obscurity is a real enemy, but you also, want to be aware of protecting the work of your creative labors so that other people aren't profiting from it. And so the really interesting thing right now with NFTs, it's really a wild west. So nobody's, able to police it at all. But the thing that came up yesterday or something, is that there was a certain type of Pepe NFTs. Pepe is just sort of like an internet meme. The memes have been really popular, but in this case, the original creator of the Pepe meme, I don't have all the details, but something like that, they issued a DMCA takedown by the creator, Matt Fury, so that, this is the first time I think that a creative artist has basically sued OpenSea or sued the whoever was making these NFTs, saying that he doesn't want his creative artwork or license to be used in this way. And normally, if something like this happens, if somebody plagiarizes an artist, if a celebrity, if the big money, plagiarizes an artist without proof, the creative community really supports the artist. And a lot of people have gotten in trouble and blown up their careers by saying, like, so what? I'm doing, it was already a free meme. All I'm doing is sharing it. I didn't do anything wrong. A lot of the, people with a big platform get defensive. And that's sort of what's happening here. Because also, like, if this, all of the people who have bought these NFTs and profited from these NFTs, or the people who own these NFTs, they suddenly are going to see a huge loss in value, which of course is really harmful for them. But, it's the question of who has the copyright of the creative license. So this is one particular NFT maker who says we need to rally behind Sad Frogs. This is an affront to the community, a terrifying precedent. It could have a chilling effect on creativity in the NFT space, in the art world in general, worldwide. So basically, this is they are saying artists should not be able to sue if somebody else takes their creative license and makes NFTs and sells the NFTs. That, like, the artist should just not have any control over their work, which of course is not something most people who understand the way that Creative Commons works in the creative, industry. This is a horrifying idea to us, that people can just take our work and make 10,000 NFTs with it and make millions of dollars, without any kind of accreditation. That's obviously something that we want to be very careful about. But in the NFT crypto space, a lot of these people are not creative content makers. They're not artists or illustrators. They're more the business side of it. I do think it's really interesting topic and discussion. I do think there are very strong opinions on both sides of this issue, which is why I wanted to make a video of it. I think it's kind of an interesting thing. Let me know in the comments what you think about all of this stuff. Thanks. Bye-bye.